welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about newborn purchases that I regret buying. So things that I bought before the baby was born that now I think that was a total waste of money. So I think that when you finish work for your maternity leave, which I did about 5 weeks before Finn was actually here because he was a week overdue, and it was like the end of December and he was due like the end of January, 1st of Feb, so I thought, well, it's a natural time to finish at Christmas, so I'll just finish. So that left me with a lot of time to buy all the essential things that people say that you must purchase before your baby's here. So first thing to note is, when your baby arrives, you do go out again eventually. I am a massive advocate of come hoopers, stay in bed for 2 weeks, don't leave the house for 2 weeks. Create a little bubble of newborn loveliness to let people come to you, buy biscuits, buy cake, let them bring you food, wear clean pyjamas, but just stay in thing for 2 weeks. It's fabulous. It was the best 2 weeks of my whole life. But one, people can bring you things if you really need them. Two, your husband's allowed to go out because he hasn't just pushed you in and out of himself. And three, after that, you do go out again. So you will have the chance to purchase things if you don't have them ready. I know the nested instinct is real for some people. It was definitely real for me. My house was the cleanest it's ever been ever, but try to resist spending money on things that you might not use. So the first thing that I regret buying before the baby was born, because it's been absolutely useless for us. Now I would like to say for us because for a lot of people, I'm sure Ollie the owl here is an absolute essential, but for us, the baby hates it, looks at me quizzically as if to say what is that, and carries on crying. So this is basically a white noise light slash rain machine slash baby soother thing. Very similar to You and the Sheep. This comes from the Grow company that do the Grow Egg, which we love, and a couple of other like Grow sleeping bags and things like that. They're a really lovely company, and I'm sure for some people this would work really well if their baby has colic, or their baby is restless, or their baby needs a little bit of help going to sleep. However, what I was mindful of doing was not making Finn reliant on going to sleep with the white noise on, or going to sleep with any sort of sleep aid thing that he would then become reliant on. So we didn't use it straight away, and then when we did try to introduce it, he just wasn't madly keen. Item number 2 that I regret purchasing before the baby was born are baby shoes. I have 10 pairs of baby shoes. These are lovely little leather baby shoes, handmade in Northamptonshire, for anyone that's interested. Babies don't wear shoes. Yeah. You also can't be asked putting baby shoes on because they don't need them. So you're probably not going to, and they're just going to end up in a cupboard somewhere. Number 3 thing that I regret purchasing before the baby was born, bit of a controversial one. So, as represented by these breastfeeding bars, because the other stuff is in the loft, I fully intended on breastfeeding. So went out and bought a manual breast pump. I was actually given an electronic breast pump, which I could have gone out and purchased. I was going to, which are even more expensive. Breast pads, which did actually come in use when my milk came in. A soothing Lanisol treatment heat and cold thing, which was about 15 quid. Nipple cream, breastfeeding bars to increase your milk flow. Loads of different breastfeeding paraphernalia. Then I had the baby and had loads of complications after the birth and couldn't breastfeed and ended up bottle feeding. So all of that stuff that I'd bought was a complete waste of money. Now, I fully intend to try and breastfeed if I have a second baby, because I do think that it is the best nutrition for your baby, but I would have waited if I could have to purchase all that stuff. So a couple of things. Your milk doesn't actually come in until day 3. So by then you will have found out if you are actually able to feed your baby. You don't actually pump until your milk supply is established. So don't worry about that too much, because that could be a couple of weeks. They really do encourage you not to pump for quite some time and get sort of a feeding routine in place before you pump. So you definitely don't need pumps straight away. You can borrow pumps from the hospital that work really well and rent them, so you don't need to buy them outright. I, like I said, was lucky enough to be given one, but for other people, don't go out and buy an electronic pump. You can rent one and see if it works for you. Some people don't like pumping. Breast pads are a necessity, but nipple cream and soothing pads you can just go out and buy if you require them. Some people don't even get sore nipples. So yeah, I feel like a definitely over prepared on that one. Didn't really need to purchase all that stuff. Probably spent in excess of about £100 on things that I never used and have gone up in the loft in the hope that I can breastfeed my next baby. So if you need them, absolutely essential. Buy them after the baby's born. The next thing that I definitely regret purchasing before the baby was born was this bad boy, the 2-in-1 steriliser thing from Boots. Now, it wasn't very expensive. I think it was about £10. But as I've said before in my other videos, I am a massive advocate of the MAM products. I'll insert a clip here of them. The MAM bottles and the MAM dummies, which are self-sterilising and you do not require a steriliser for. So that is a complete waste of money for me. Next thing that I regret purchasing before the baby was born was inappropriate clothing for seasons. Now, this actually happens more often when other people buy you things. So people are lovely and they buy the baby lots of stuff and they try and be thoughtful and buy bigger sizes because they know everyone's going to buy newborn size because that's the cutest. So this was actually purchased by our friend Jay. It's from the White Company. It was quite expensive. It's a snowsuit. It's fluffy. It's 3 to 6 months. It is absolutely gorgeous, and when I got it I thought, oh, that's the nicest thing that anyone's bought so far. I can't wait for him to wear it. However, he is now 3 to 6 months and it is now May/June time. So it'll be May, June, July, August kind of time when he'll be able to fit into these things. And it's far too hot for him to wear a fluffy snowsuit, so he's not going to get to wear it, which is absolutely gutting. So this is for both people purchasing baby things and for yourselves purchasing your baby clothes. Don't buy things that won't work in season. So think about when the time of year that your baby's going to be born. So if it's January, don't go buying shorts and t-shirts in newborn sizes. Similarly, if it's July, fluffy snowsuits aren't really going to work, unfortunately. The final thing that I regret purchasing before the baby was born, also loved by many, is the nose Frida. Simply because this one is actually from Boots and it's called the Snuffle Babe. It is one of the long ones where you put the tube into their nose and then suck, which people find gross, but that's not why I don't like it or regret purchasing it. The reason that I regret purchasing this one is because I actually was given a Tommy Tippy sort of little manicure set with extras in, and one of the extras was this sort of sucky pump thing, and I actually found this more efficient of getting the snot out of the baby's nose. It's smaller, it's more compact, I can have it in my baby bag, and it just worked much better for me. The nose feeder didn't seem to work well at all. I just couldn't get it to work. I don't know if I was doing it wrong. I did have a look on YouTube at a couple of tutorials and I just couldn't get it to work. So the combination when your baby's got the snuffles of this and the Calpol Saline Nasal Spray, that worked really well for us. So these two things worked really well. This nose feeder, not so much. So I think that's a classic example of things that everyone else loves that you might not love, so just have a proper think before you buy them. Plus this came in a set with clippers for his nails, it came with a nail file, it came with a little hairbrush and a comb and everything like that, so it was much more value for money than that, which was about the same price actually. I think it was about 15 quid for that, plus I got all the other stuff as well. So that's it guys, there are a couple of examples of things that I regret buying. Things that I don't regret buying are well documented on this channel, so the sleepy head, the pram, onesies that zip up, lots of vests, lots of sleep suits, muslins coming out of your ears, ready to drinks, MAM bottles, MAM products full stop. The snuggle bath works really well for us, but also we've got the Angel Care bath at Mum's house, so things like that. Lots of cotton wool balls, water wipes, Pampers nappies, the little packs that you keep downstairs with nappies and wipes in so you don't have to keep going up and down. Loads of other things like that I put on our newborn essentials video, which I'll link down below. But yeah, all I would say is don't panic if you haven't bought everything by the time your baby's born. There is time and your baby will tell you whether they like things or not the internet. So try not to purchase everything that a YouTuber says, despite the fact that I am one of those people. Really go with what your baby likes, because all babies are different and they will like different things. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please give us a subscribe if you haven't already. I post one video a week on a Sunday, so hoping to build it up at the moment when Finn gets a little bit bigger. If you want to request any videos for me to film, please comment down below and I will see you very soon. Bye!